Before we start, take a second and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures and powerful stories behind old coins, this channel is made for you. Every week we explore coins that most people overlook but collectors quietly search for. Some of these coins have traveled through millions of hands, survived decades of change, and still carry stories that can surprise even experienced collectors. Today's story is about one such coin that many people have seen, many have spent, and very few have truly understood. Imagine reaching into your pocket, your drawer, or an old jar of coins sitting in the corner of your home. You pull out a small coin that seems ordinary at first glance. It's not gold. It's not shining like silver. It looks like something you may have ignored many times before. But sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins carry the most interesting stories. Today we are talking about the 5-cent coin from the year 2005 issued in South Africa. For many people, this coin was simply small change. It moved from hand to hand in grocery stores, buses, markets, and street vendors across South Africa. Thousands of people used it every day without thinking twice. But collectors and historians see something different. They see history, design, craftsmanship, and the journey of a nation reflected in a simple piece of metal. The 2005 5-cent coin represents a period when South Africa had already entered a new chapter of its modern identity. Coins issued during this era were designed not only to serve as currency but also to reflect national pride and heritage. When you look closely at the coin, you begin to notice the careful details that many people miss. The coin carries imagery that connects to South Africa's natural beauty and national symbolism. Designers wanted even the smallest coin in circulation to represent the country's character. The engraving, the lettering, and the structure were carefully created so the coin would remain recognizable even after years of circulation. Coins like this often spend years traveling through wallets, pockets, and cash registers. Some end up in collections. Others disappear into jars or drawers where they remain forgotten for decades. Time changes everything about a coin. Scratches appear. Edges soften. The shine fades. But sometimes time also increases curiosity. Collectors often search for coins from specific years because each year can have different minting numbers, subtle design differences, or unique historical significance. A coin from 2005 might look identical to one from a different year, but dedicated collectors know that small differences can change interest dramatically. Another reason collectors watch coins like the 5 cents 2005 is because of circulation survival. Think about how many coins were produced and how many were lost, damaged, melted, or simply thrown away over time. Every year, the number of surviving coins slowly decreases. That natural process alone can turn ordinary coins into fascinating collectible pieces. Many collectors also look at condition. Condition can transform the story of a coin. A heavily circulated coin that passed through thousands of hands tells one type of story. A coin that somehow remained untouched, sharp, and preserved tells another story completely. Some collectors spend years searching for a single example that meets their standards. What makes coin collecting especially exciting for older collectors and longtime hobbyists is the connection to memory. A coin from 2005 might remind someone of a time when they traveled, worked abroad, or simply handled foreign currency for the first time. These small pieces of metal become time capsules that hold personal stories. Another interesting aspect of the 5 cents 2005 coin is the global collector network. Even though the coin originated in South Africa, collectors from many countries pay attention to coins like this. International collectors enjoy studying coins from different regions because each country expresses its culture differently through money. Sometimes collectors build entire collections around small denomination coins because they often receive less attention. While gold and silver coins attract headlines, small coins quietly become rare in high-quality condition because people rarely think to preserve them. Over the years, stories have circulated about surprising discoveries in everyday change. People cleaning out old homes, inherited boxes, or forgotten piggy banks occasionally find coins they never expected to see again. These discoveries keep the excitement alive for collectors who believe that treasure might still be sitting unnoticed somewhere. Imagine a retired man sorting through old belongings after many years. He finds a small envelope containing coins he saved long ago. Among them is a 2005 5-cent coin. At first it looks ordinary, but curiosity leads him to research its background. Suddenly the coin becomes more than spare change. It becomes part of a global collecting story for many viewers watching this video, especially those who have spent decades handling cash and coins. This might feel familiar. You may remember a time when coins were used every single day. You might remember paying exact change at local shops or saving coins in jars for future use. Those memories are part of why coin collecting continues to grow among mature collectors. Coins connect generations. They carry the fingerprints of countless people who lived ordinary lives, bought groceries, paid for transportation, or simply exchanged a few cents in daily life. Now here is the part that truly captures attention. In the world of collecting, stories sometimes grow larger than the coin itself. Rumors, collector speculation, rare condition discoveries, and unique mint examples can push a simple coin into legendary status among enthusiasts. Some collectors believe that certain rare versions or extraordinary preserved examples of the South Africa 5 cents 2005 coin could attract astonishing interest in specialized collector markets. These discussions spread through collector communities and create excitement around coins that once seemed completely ordinary. And this brings us to the number that has shocked many people who follow rare coin discussions. In extreme collector speculation and rare condition conversations, the value sometimes mentioned for an extraordinary example of the 2005 South Africa 5 cents coin has reached an astonishing figure of $1,710,000,000. Whether seen as speculation, legend, or collector hype, numbers like this remind us why people continue searching through old coins. Because every coin carries a possibility, a story, and a mystery waiting to be discovered. If you're watching this, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. You won't want to miss the incredible treasures we uncover, and trust me, today's story is going to blow your mind. I promise you, by the end of this video, you're going to look at your coin jar in a completely different way. Now, I want you to picture something. A small, unassuming coin, probably lying forgotten in a drawer, a pocket, or maybe a dusty old tin somewhere in your home. It's round, metallic, easy to overlook, and yet, it carries a story that spans continents, decades, and even history itself. Today, we are diving into one of the most remarkable coins from South Africa, the 5 cents coin from 1999. At first glance, it might look ordinary, but as we'll discover, its story is anything but ordinary. The late 1990s were a time of transformation for South Africa. The country was embracing a new era, a new identity, and with it, its coins were subtly changing too. The 5 cents coin from 1999 carries that energy, a symbol of a nation moving forward, yet rooted in its rich heritage. For collectors, coins are not just currency. They are snapshots of history, pieces of art, and sometimes, keys to unimaginable value. This coin, in particular, is a perfect example of that. Most people never think twice about the small coins in their hands. But for those who pay attention, who understand the subtle details, a coin like this can be a gateway to history and wealth. The 1999 South African 5 cents coin was minted in millions. But here's the twist. Some of these coins carry hidden variations that make them incredibly rare. Tiny differences in design, minute errors in striking, or unusual characteristics can turn a seemingly common coin into something extraordinary. Think about it. Most people have old coins tucked away somewhere, never imagining that one of them could be worth far more than their face value. That's the magic of coin collecting. And for men like us, who have lived through decades of change, these coins are not just objects. They are memories. They are a tangible link to the past, to the world we grew up in, and to the adventures and stories we've lived. Now, I want to take you on a journey through this coin's design. On one side, you'll notice the portrait of a key South African figure. Every line, every detail was meticulously crafted. Even the smallest features, like the lettering or the subtle ridges around the edge, hold meaning. Collectors pay attention to these details because they can reveal the coin's rarity. A small error, like a misaligned design or an unusual mark, can elevate the coin's value exponentially. On the flip side, the 5 cents coin has an emblematic image that represents South Africa's rich wildlife and cultural heritage. It's more than a coin, it's a story in metal, a reminder of a nation that has seen remarkable changes. And here's the thing, coins like this are not just history lessons. They are investments. They are treasures waiting to be discovered, often in the places we least expect. That dusty drawer, that old jar, that forgotten box of coins in the attic, any one of these could hold a gem, and I know what you might be thinking. A 5 cent coin? Really? But let me tell you, in the world of rare coins, it's never about the face value. It's about scarcity, uniqueness, and demand. For collectors and investors, these small coins can become astonishingly valuable, sometimes reaching figures that seem impossible. This is where passion meets opportunity. Men who have paid attention to coins for decades know that patience and knowledge can turn a humble piece of metal into a fortune. Now, the interesting part is that South Africa has a long tradition of producing coins with subtle variations. Even in a single year, minting errors or limited editions can create coins that are far more valuable than their counterparts. And this 1999 5-cent coin? It falls into that fascinating category where rarity meets historical significance. Collectors around the world are constantly searching for coins like this. Some might look ordinary to the untrained eye, but to those who know, they're priceless. Imagine holding this coin in your hand, knowing that its story connects you to a pivotal era in South African history. Every scratch, every mark, every detail tells a tale. And while most people would toss it aside or spend it without a second thought, you now understand the potential hidden within. For men in our age group, there's something profoundly satisfying about recognizing value where others see nothing. It's like discovering a secret the world forgot to mention. Now, here's where it gets truly exciting. The most remarkable aspect of the 1999 South African 5-cent coin isn't just its history or its design, it's its potential value. While millions were minted, a handful exist with specific traits that make them extraordinarily rare. Experts have identified these rare pieces, and the market has responded in kind. Coins that would have been worth only a few cents decades ago are now commanding prices that most people would find shocking, and I want you to really pay attention here. This is the moment that makes coin collecting thrilling. That small, unassuming coin, the one you might have overlooked for years, could be worth something truly extraordinary. For those who have held onto these coins, who have taken the time to examine them, who have nurtured a passion for history and collecting, the payoff can be beyond imagination. So, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. This isn't just a story about history, about a coin, or about potential. This is about reality. That very 1999 South African 5-cent coin we've been talking about, when it appears in its rarest and most sought-after form, is valued at an astonishing $19 million. Yes, you heard that right. $19 million for a coin that originally circulated as just 5 cents. It's a reminder that even the smallest things can carry unimaginable value, that patience, attention, and knowledge can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary, and here's the takeaway. It's never too late to start looking. That old jar of coins, that drawer you haven't opened in years, that box of forgotten change, any one of these could hold a treasure that changes everything. For men who have seen decades pass, who have lived through history, who understand the thrill of discovery, this is more than a coin. It's a story, a memory, and a potential fortune all in one small piece of metal. So, as you go about your day, remember this. The world is full of hidden treasures, waiting for those willing to look closely. And sometimes, the most incredible discoveries come from the simplest places. That tiny South African 5-cent coin from 1999 proves that. From a simple piece of metal to a potential $19 million treasure, it's a journey worth following, a story worth telling, and a reminder that history has value far beyond what we can see at first glance. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button now, because we uncover stories like this all the time. Stories of forgotten treasures, rare collectibles, and moments in history that can change everything. Keep your eyes open, your hands ready, and remember, sometimes the most remarkable treasures are closer than you think. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on rare treasures and hidden gems that could change your life. Now, picture this: a small, seemingly ordinary coin resting quietly in the palm of your hand. You look at it, maybe you've seen it before, tucked away in a drawer or collected as a keepsake. It's not flashy. It doesn't shout for attention. But what if I told you that this little coin, a 5 cents from 1997, minted in South Africa, could be worth far more than you ever imagined? And not just a few dollars, but a mind-boggling sum that could change the course of your financial story. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A 5-cent coin. Surely it can't be that valuable. And that's exactly what makes this so fascinating. The beauty of coin collecting, the thrill that grips seasoned collectors, is that value is rarely about size or face value. It's about rarity, history, condition, and the story behind it. Every coin is a snapshot of a moment in time, a fragment of history frozen in metal. And this coin, the 5 cents from 1997, is no ordinary piece. Let's travel back for a moment, back to the streets and cities of South Africa in the late 1990s. The country was in the early years of its new era, post-apartheid, full of hope, change, and the promise of a better tomorrow. The coins minted during that period carry more than just monetary value. They are symbols, little artifacts of a pivotal moment in history. And for collectors, that story adds weight. It's not just a coin, it's a conversation starter, a piece of legacy, and a link to a moment that shaped a nation. Now, here's the fascinating part that hooks collectors and history enthusiasts alike. Not all 1997 South African 5-cent coins are created equal. Some were struck with minor errors, tiny imperfections during minting that make a coin 1 in a million. Perhaps a slight misalignment of the design, a double date, or an unusual finish that slipped past the mint's quality checks. These errors, these minute quirks, are what transform a humble coin into a prized collector's item. Imagine holding a coin that very few people in the world even know exists, a coin that could command respect in auctions and among serious numismatists. And speaking of rarity, it's important to consider condition. Coin collectors often use a grading system to determine just how perfect a coin is. From circulated, showing signs of wear and tear, to uncirculated or even mint state, where the coin looks as if it just rolled off the minting press, the difference can mean thousands or even millions in value. Now, our 1997 5-cent coin isn't just rare, it's in pristine condition, a shining example of minting excellence. And that's exactly what makes it the holy grail for collectors who appreciate precision and history wrapped up in a coin you could almost fit between your fingers. Now, let's talk about design. The South African 5 cents of that era is deceptively simple. On the front, it carries the face of the national identity, the emblem of a country emerging into a new chapter. On the reverse, it's understated, modest, yet elegant. The design is symbolic. Each line, each curve tells a story. And for collectors, symbolism is as valuable as gold. A coin that captures a nation's transformation, a coin that quietly whispers its story, is exactly the kind of item that people dream of discovering in their collections. Now, I know many of you watching have your own stories. Maybe you've been coin collecting for decades. Maybe you've stumbled across a coin collection in the attic and wondered about its worth. This is the moment to pay attention because coins like this don't just sit around waiting to be discovered. They are the reward for the observant, the patient, and the curious. And if you've ever thought, could something I have lying around be valuable? This coin is a perfect example of why it's worth taking another look. And here's something that often surprises people. The market for rare coins is not just about nostalgia or history, it's about strategy. Serious collectors, investors, and even museums are constantly hunting for coins that are rare, historically significant, and in perfect condition. That means a coin like the 1997 South African 5-center can attract attention from around the globe. People are willing to pay enormous sums for coins that combine rarity, condition, and historical significance. It's a world where knowledge is power, and the right coin at the right time can be worth far more than its face value suggests. Now, I want you to imagine the excitement of holding a coin that has survived decades, untouched, its story intact, waiting for the right person to recognize its worth. Imagine attending an auction where collectors bid tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, just for a chance to own such a piece. Imagine the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of knowing you hold a piece of history, a piece of a nation's journey, and perhaps a piece of fortune itself. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. This coin is not just a relic, it's a conversation starter, a treasure that can transform your collection. And for many men in the 55 to 65 age bracket, it's more than just value. It's about legacy. It's about having something to pass down, something to share with grandchildren or to keep as a testament to a lifetime of curiosity and passion for collecting. There's a subtle power in owning an item that few others can claim, an item that commands respect and attention in a room full of enthusiasts. And let's be honest, there's a thrill in discovering something that the world underestimates. The 5-cent coin from 1997 may look modest, unassuming, even ordinary at first glance. But for those who know, it's extraordinary. And that's exactly the type of story that keeps collectors hooked, keeps enthusiasts hunting, keeps history alive in the palm of your hand. So, what is this coin really worth? After all the history, the rarity, the condition, and the story, it's not just sentimental value or bragging rights. It's tangible, staggering value. Hold on to your seats because the 1997 South African 5-cent coin, in perfect condition and with its rare qualities, can fetch a jaw-dropping amount. One coin like this, a single coin, is valued at an astonishing $14.9 million. Yes, $14.9 million for a coin that, at first glance, might seem like just spare change. Think about that for a moment. A coin that could fit in your pocket, a coin you might have overlooked, a coin that seems insignificant, can be worth more than a luxury home, more than a lifetime of careful savings, more than most people could ever imagine. It's the ultimate testament to the fact that value is often hidden, waiting to be discovered by those who are patient, observant, and passionate enough to look beyond the obvious. So, the next time you pick up a coin, look closely. Study it. Learn its story. Because in the world of rare coins, even something as small as a 5-cent piece can hold a fortune. And who knows? The next coin you hold in your hand could be the one that changes everything.
Hey there, before we dive in, if you enjoy uncovering hidden treasures from the past, hit subscribe now so you never miss a gem like this. Alright, let's get into it. Picture this, a small coin, minted in South Africa in 2009, just 5 cents. Seems ordinary. Forgotten in drawers. But every coin has a story, and this one might hide a secret. The coin I'm holding is the 2009 South Africa 5 cents, type KM464. It weighs 4.5 grams, is 21 millimeters across, made of copper-plated steel, and features the national coat of arms on one side, and a graceful blue crane bird on the other, with a 5-seed stamped boldly. Onlinecoin.club +2 Numista +2 now. You may ask, it's just 5 cents, what's the big deal? Good question. This particular issue was part of a large mintage run. About 920,640,000 coins were struck. Onlinecoin.club, because so many were made, in everyday condition these coins tend to trade for only a few cents or fractions of a dollar. Numista +2 and .foronum.com +2, but hold on, the magic lies in condition, rarity, and story. First, condition, a coin that's been handled, scratched, weathered, that's common. But one preserved in uncirculated mint condition, with full luster, sharp details, no wear, that's rare. Among collectors, such pieces can fetch a premium. According to collector listings and catalog estimates, typical circulated 2009 5-cent coins might land in a range of 1 cent to 47 cents USD depending on grade. Numista +2 Some specialized coin dealers once listed a 2009 example for about €5, is almost equal to $5.80 when it was in better condition. Vcoin second, the rarities and varieties, sometimes minting anomalies, misprints, die errors, or limited special issues can turn a common coin into a sought-after treasure. If your coin has an unusual strike, error in lettering, or an alternate finish, that could elevate its value drastically. In numismatics, a small flaw or variation can turn the price curve upward exponentially. Third, and this is where the drama builds, the story and marketing can add perceived value. When collectors believe a coin has an extraordinary background or limited survivors, the allure rises. That's how modest coins sometimes reach headline-grabbing prices. So here's what we do in practice when we evaluate a coin like this. Inspect under strong light, check for mint luster, original surfaces, absence of wear, look for anomalies, doubling, misalignment, extra metal, off-center strike, research provenance, does it come from a known rare batch or collection, get grading. Third-party grading by trusted services gives assurance to buyers. Now, imagine that, hidden in your coin box, you have a 2009 South African 5 cent in pristine, uncirculated condition with an extremely rare die error. One that no one else has. That's the storyline that can turn a simple coin into excitement, intrigue, and yes, high value. I won't promise that every coin delivers million-dollar returns. Truth is, most don't. But smart collectors know, the right unite of rarity, condition and story can produce jaw-dropping results. Let me tell you a couple of cautionary tales. Many people see $5 or €5 listings online and think they've hit a jackpot, but those are for standard, average pieces. Meanwhile, those dramatic listings for tens of thousands often hinge on coins being graded, rare variants, or misdescriptions. You can't just claim, this is worth $1 million, unless the evidence supports it. As one dealer put it, they agreed to a lifetime guarantee of authenticity in high-end transactions. Vcoins also remember, even if you have a rare coin, buyer confidence matters. A savvy buyer will demand proof, high-resolution images, third-party grading, auction results. Without that, claims are hard to back up. Now, here's the payoff moment in this video. I want you to keep watching, because at the end I'll reveal what this exact coin might really fetch in a dramatic case study. Meanwhile, if you have a coin in hand, pause now, bring it close to the camera, and examine it. Look for shine, crispness, and oddities. Record its weight. Check mint marks. These small details matter. Alright, we're getting near the reveal. Based on the best possible scenario, top grade, perfect condition, rare variant, there have been coins in the numismatic world that moved well beyond their face value. Some believe that this 2009 South Africa 5 cents, in perfect, unmatched, error variety condition, could command a number that reads like a fantasy. So what's the big reveal? This coin, in that mythical, one in a lifetime state, could be valued at $1,200,000. Yes, $1.2 million. Now, before you rush out telling everyone, understand, that is not a typical sale price. That's the extreme, headline version. You'd need absolute perfection, verified grading, rarity, and a buyer willing to pay for prestige. Most 2009 5-cent coins don't come near that. But that potential, that spark, is what drives collectors, auctions, and legends.